I tried beating Terraria using a steering wheel. Yeah, this is essentially as horrific as it sounds. Steer left to go left, steer right to go right, and shooting with the pedals was absolutely excruciating to learn, so I hope you enjoy my suffering within this video, as trust me, there is a lot of it.
Oh my god! Okay, look, I just drank my entire mining potion and I I missed my I'm done. I'm literally done. I'm not playing anymore. Oh my god, why can't I move? Why am I getting absolutely
Before we get started, I want to show you exactly what each control was set to and how each and every single one of the buttons within my steering wheel and my pedals work.
So as we move the wheel to the left, our character should ideally be moving left. Once we move to the right, our character will move to the right. The D-pad is where the mouse is going to go. Now you may say, Boio, how do you jump? So that is what the pedals are for, actually. Enjoy the cable mess, but look. If I press this, our character should ideally jump, and this is how we're also going to fly. The brake pedal is for absolutely nothing, and then we have the acceleration pedal, which is going to be used as our weapon swing. So this is going to be absolutely hilarious. Like, I'm going to have to multitask like crazy. The Y button is to open up the inventory. The B button is to use the grappling hook. The A button is to use up all of our buffs, and the X button is to heal. This right here on the right hand side behind the wheel will open up and close our map, and the same thing on the left hand side will act as our right mouse button. This button right here will activate the smart cursor, and the one to the right will open up this this crafting menu. These two bumpers will change the item that we're holding in our hand, and that is practically it for all of the button mapping.
I was very hopeful to start playing, and you know, I was full of excitement because this challenge was amazing and it's something I've never done before. So I held grasp of my steering wheel and began my first playthrough. I actually want to see how difficult it would be to make a character, so here you go, enjoy me trying to make an entire character. And what I realized is that using the mouse button was going to become the most horrific thing ever. Anyways, I created my character and named it using the only letters I could really use.
Shbeeb. Yeah, our guy's name is gonna be Shbeeb. And make him bald because I am bald.
And I created myself a brand new world. I opened myself a starter bag and then got right onto chopping trees. I decided to go as the melee class at first, which I later changed due to some people that talked me out of it in a Discord call that you will see later. For now I'm melee, but I will switch to range just to make it that more horrific for myself. Anyways, hopeful old Boio actually managed to craft himself a workbench quite quickly, and then I tried to make myself a bunch of homes using the Fargo's house builder, which was absolutely horrific, and I had to use like all of my brain power just to actually place them.
God, this is so difficult. Okay, let's move over to the left instead. Maybe we'll have better luck here.
A few moments later.
It's too much. Oh my. No, I buffed. I'm so stupid. Look at all the buffs we have in our inventory.
I went mining after this, picked up myself a bunch of ore, but since I couldn't really defend myself, I did manage to die to some bats in the cave, which was quite unfortunate.
Item. Wait, no. Wrong button.
This is where the rage started to build up. What I realized is that for the longest amount of time, I am not going to be able to get any good weapons to actually defend myself with. Sure, I mean, I have things like a mace, you know, I can use my sword, but the thing is, I don't have enough time to actually point my weapons towards the enemies while they're attacking me, so I always end up dying. Another thing that I realized is that once I came back to spawn, I actually boxed myself in, and I'm gonna have to break through these houses in order to place down the door so I can actually leave the spawn area. That's exactly what I did, and then I went to go explore the left side of the world. I stumbled upon a chest within a living tree, and then I tried to make my way across the world by placing platforms, getting knocked over edges. It was absolutely horrific. I hated this entire playthrough already, and this was just the beginning. I haven't even fought a boss yet, so that's nice. Anyways, I placed down a bunch more houses in a completely hysterical fashion, and then I proceeded to smelt all of my ores into bars. I decided to go mining once more in search of the Eye of Cthulhu, which I could not for the life of me find, but at least I found myself a bunch of heart crystals, which will help me stay alive a little bit longer. I was super frustrated throughout this playthrough as I just kept on dying and dying.
Bro, this game is so freaking hard.
So I decided to put my steering wheel to good use and check out my sick driving. Yeah, frankly, I just got so tired and bored of Terraria that I had to switch games. I was actually about to give up. Boyos, you do not even know how excruciating this challenge was. Yeah, so I was driving a Lambo, and then I crashed just a little bit.
Yo, chill. Damn, bro, I done made this car so dirty. Oh, Jesus, bro. How am I gonna recover from this one?
Anyways, I proceed to go over to the left side of the world and then try to make my way down to the corruption so I could chug some bombs and get myself the musket, as I realized I'm gonna probably need that if I'm going to play as the ranger class, which we will actually get onto very soon.
Fuck, boy! I'm so done.
I made myself a tiny arena because I was preparing to fight the Eye of Cthulhu, but I could not find the summon, as I said earlier, for the life of me. Building this arena was just absolute horror, and it took me forever.
Whoa, what's going on? I hate this so much.
And once I built it, I summoned in the King Slime. This is our very first boss, and speaking to the people within the Discord, they were watching me do this entire boss fight live. Yes, I was streaming in my Discord, link in the description.
What I'm thinking you might have to do for, like, if you get to Moonlord, you might have to use one of those... Have you seen those videos where people try to make the most, like, get the most possible regen or the most defense?
Ooh, yeah.
I saw one person get max regen possible, and they were able to just sit there and shoot at the Moonlord without moving whatsoever.
I might have to look into
just
that.
regen all the health.
He's doing damage.
Oh, yeah. Wait. I need to drop down. Okay. Whoa. I need to, like, reposition. I'm on 1 HP, though, so I do not have high hopes.
But essentially, I just got trapped and basically absolutely destroyed by the King Slime. I couldn't take out a boss if my life depended on it. This is where they talked me into actually switching into the Ranger class to make it even more difficult for myself, so that's exactly what we did, and I decided to refight the King Slime using a musket. Before we could refight the King Slime, what managed to happen was we got invaded by a goblin army, and when I tell you when this was the worst experience of this entire playthrough, I am not kidding. There was absolutely no way that I could take care of any of these goblins, and I just got blasted for literally like 20 minutes straight.
Oh no, please leave me alone. This is gonna be so bad, I'm not even joking. Come on, why, bro? I don't like this. Look, pal, old friend, let me buy the musket balls. Holy sh! Just let me get them. Just let me get them.
I could not take out any of the sorcerers. I kept on dying over and over again. There was a massive graveyard biome after this goblin invasion. And not only did I take a massive L, I also had to go destroy all the graveyards as well. And as you know, it was kind of difficult because, well, I had to use the cursor.
I declare war on Russia! Bro, leave. Can you get a life, you piece of dumb Jesus! If you'd even spawn at once, why is there 10 goblin sorcerers at once? Do these guys just realize, like, oh, this got defendable? And why do I not have any healing potions? Like, I am beyond stressed. Ah! We did it. If I can just pull out my strap. I can't even pull out my weapon!
Oh, how much I love this challenge. Anyways, I made the arena a little bit bigger, and I summoned the King Slime again. And this time, we did manage to take him out. So, here you go. Here is a tiny little compilation of me defeating the King Slime.
I am so laser focused that I forgot what buttons do what. Oh, we did it! We beat the King Slime! Oh, yes!
This is where I permanently decided to play as the Ranger class, as I realized it was going to be the most painful and probably the most enjoyable for you guys to watch, because, you know, I know you guys hate me and want to watch me suffer, so here you are. At spawn, I built myself more houses, which was, it was just an absolute pain every time I had to build a house.
Ah! It's not how it was supposed to be.
And then I went in the caves to mine for iron so I can craft myself minecart tracks. This is where I decided that I could actually use a very interesting strategy where I could hop on a minecart track, hit the ends with a hammer, and have a bumper track which would let me hold down the wheel in one direction and not have to move. I would essentially move side to side while I fight a boss, and it would take a lot of the pain away. I used this in many boss fights as it was super helpful, but I frankly could not cheese every boss with this strategy.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
I went over to the jungle and looted a bunch of chests and picked up myself a bunch of heart crystals, and once again we were in search for the summon for the Eye of Cthulhu. We did not find it this time either, so as I typically do, I just rage quit and stopped playing for like the longest time.
Oh my god. Okay, look, I just drank my entire mining potion and I missed my I'm done. I'm literally done. I'm not playing anymore.
After this, I went mining again.
Oh my god!
and I actually managed to find myself the summon for the Eye of Cthulhu. I made an infinite summon for it, hopped on my minecart, held my driving wheel down, and just used up the entirety of my 3 brain cells to try and aim and hit the Eye of Cthulhu. This was absolutely horrible, and it was so slow because half of my shots weren't missing, but here is your fully personalized compilation of me defeating the Eye of Cthulhu using a steering wheel.
We're actually making progress. Probably do the same thing for the Eater of Worlds, I guess. I think we're gonna beat it. Oh, we did it. Jesus Christ, finally. Nice. Oh, took me so long. It took me like 3 hours to do that.
We managed to take that out, and I decided to build myself even more houses. I went over to make another rail track over in the Corruption, and I was just getting absolutely demolished by all of the Eater of Souls, making this probably one of the most annoying parts of the game once again. The early game was just tragic. Everything was killing me, and it made me rage so many times.
I'm gonna die. I can't take care of these guys while I'm f***ing building.
I had to strategically bomb out an entire area in order to be able to throw one single bomb, blow up the last altar, and we could summon in the Eater of World without me having to be all the way down the Corruption and having to grapple my way all the way back up while taking a bunch of damage. See, I was very smart with this. I wanted to chuck one bomb and just go straight to my minecart track, but it wasn't as simple as that.
Oh my god, why am I getting absolutely Why are there so many Eater of Souls? Oh my god. I literally cannot do a single thing in this game. Bro!
Once I had finished my 1000 IQ summon strategy, I chucked down the last bomb, summoned in the Eater of Worlds, and then using the minecart, once again going left to right, I spammed him with the musket. There were some instances where our minecart actually managed to pass through the Eater of Worlds, dealing tons of damage. And this was like the only thing that was actually dealing damage to the Eater of Worlds, and I kind of relied on it too much. But hey, when you're playing with the steering wheel, you have to find creative strategies to beat bosses. Am I right?
This is basically just like Terraria, but I'm in a car. Like I've been playing with a minecart for like to beat like every boss. I mean, like, this is pretty easy.
Anyways, we took out the Eater of Worlds, and then once I came back to spawn, I crafted myself a nightmare pickaxe, bought myself a bunch of potions, and then I went mining for hellstone.
I'm already broke. I bought like 5 potions, bro.
Made myself a hell forge, fell into lava like a million times, and then I went over to the dungeon, built another rail track so I could cheese Skeletron again, and then just proceeded to wait until it turned into nighttime while getting absolutely just rushed by the Eater of Souls. Once it was nighttime, I slowly made my way over to the old man, and after I cleared out all the Eater of Souls, I summoned in Mr. Sands. I quickly sprinted back and hopped on my minecart track as fast as I could because, oh lord, there was no way I was going to take out Skeletron without the cheese of my minecart. As soon as I hopped onto my minecart, I quickly switched to the Molten Fury and just proceeded to spam Skeletron using fire arrows. We took out his hands quite quickly, which was surprising, and then his head went out pretty fast. We took out Skeletron, and then I freely explored the dungeon. Of course, I got overwhelmed by the monsters there, and I quickly rushed back to spawn and went over to mine. I made myself a massive railcart arena for the Wall of Flesh, thinking that that was going to be a good idea to try and take out the Wall of Flesh.
God, how many more times am I gonna have to die to learn my lesson?
And once that was made, I actually got myself a God Voodoo doll and thought I was ready to fight the Wall of Flesh. So I chucked it into the lava, and let me tell you, this was absolutely horrific. See, the thing is, if I ran all the way over to the left, the Wall of Flesh boss fight would end really, really fast. It would just pull me back, and I would take loads of damage. But if I got too close, I couldn't escape, so it would pull me again. And I had to find the perfect balance through this entire boss fight in where I was close enough, but not far away and not too close in order to not take enough damage, and just this entire conglomeration of failure led me to die. This is where I really almost nearly gave up hope on this whole challenge, and I genuinely thought this was impossible. Little do I know what the rest of this game has in store for me. Oh no. This time I decided to overdose on a bunch of various different potions because I thought, hey, I want every single bonus there is if I'm gonna fight the Wall of Flesh. So I got all the best potions, crafted myself a bunch of Hellfire arrows. That is correct. Those are the exploding ones that deal crazy damage. I had a Molten Fury. I tried to get as many good accessories as I could, and then I went on to fight the Wall of Flesh again. Apparently, all Boio had to do was fully prepare. Who would have known? Here is a small compilation of me beating the Wall of Flesh.
Full speed ahead! Full speed ahead! Look, all I really have to do is just like jump. Oh, this is bad. We're actually gonna beat it. That's impressive. Oh, yes, we beat the wall. And we are in hard mode.
We are now in hard mode, and do you know what else is hard? That is correct. These Boio plushies that you should check out. Link in the description. We are now ready to go use the absolutely savage pawn hammer that we got in our inventory in order to go and break the funny altars to bless our world with the colorful ores. I somehow managed to bless the world with cobalt, mithril, and adamantite without dying to a bunch of wraiths, as I could barely defend myself. And then once I came back to spawn, I tried to go through the pickaxe progression with a lot of difficulty ahead of me. I got myself the cobalt pickaxe, which I say that very quickly, and I don't put a lot of effort into explaining to you how difficult this actually was to do. I got myself a bunch of mithril, and I got myself the mithril anvil and pickaxe, and then I went farming for adamantite. I crafted the forge, full set of armor, and an adamantite repeater. See, this is where things start to get a little bit easier, you know? My weapons were a little bit more powerful. I was getting used to all the driving. I was getting used to all the controls that were just absolutely bizarre. I was subconsciously learning the way to play Terraria using a steering wheel. So this was like the breakthrough point where it actually got a little bit easier, but nevertheless, beating Terraria with the steering wheel was just, doesn't really get any better, even though it got a little bit easier.
No! Now I'm dead for sure. We will have achieved equilibrium of full adamantanium armor. No, I have no idea which one is the ranger one. Go! We are officially range certified.
After this, I went farming for souls of night. Then I got myself a bunch of souls of light. I crafted myself the summon for all of the mechanical bosses. Try to traverse my way around the world using a steering wheel.
Oh my god, why can't I move?
Bought myself a bunch of buffs, and once it turned to nighttime, I decided to summon in the destroyer. Check out how this went.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the...
Yeah, we got absolutely like pulverized. Then I tried to summon in the twins, and that was probably an even better boss fight.
Jesus Christ, this is so much more difficult.
This is where I realized that I'm gonna have to try a little bit harder and switch up my entire strategy for fighting the mechanical bosses. For the life of me, I could not take out any mech bosses with the strategy that I was doing right now, so I had to think of something new. This is where I came up with the idea to make a massive railcart track that went across the entire world, so we can just run away from the bosses and, you know, hopefully try and defeat them before it turns to day. That was a lot of wishful thinking on my end.
Got myself the insta track. If you pay careful attention, we go ba-boom. And as you'll come to find, this actually spans all the way across the world. Pretty sweet when I go defeat mechanical bosses.
Anyways, during this time, I upgraded a bunch of my accessories, and once it turned to nighttime, I turned my steering wheel to the left and challenged Skeletron Prime. Here's a compilation of me successfully defeating Skeletron Prime first. That is very strange for me to say. Who beats Skeletron Prime first? In the comments, tell me whether you are a Skeletron Prime first defeater, because that's pretty cool.
Hope I don't die. Here we are, Skeletron Prime. Bro, this guy is fast. It's okay, spin the other way. Oh wait, not now. Look, we're not dying, but we're also dealing like no damage. Skrrr! Oh, bro, this is gonna make me take so much damage. Oh my lord, oh my lord. One fatal mistake. That's what I like. We just drove into this guy by accident. I've spent so much ammo on this guy. You better die. Nice. Nice.
After we defeated Skeletron Prime, apparently a solar eclipse just decided to happen, so I hid very hard because I did not want a single mob to touch me. And once that was over, I decided to go and fight the twins. This is how that went.
Man, the twins especially are brutal as ever. Oh no, I forgot about this. Please do not get close to me. If that thing gets even one bit close to me, I'm literally so screwed. You have to understand. Did they just despawn?
In the middle of fighting it, they just despawn. And this is where I realized I'm gonna have to keep some distance from Spasmatism, which is the one that pukes the green stuff, if I wanted to kill it, which is super risky because if he touches you, well, I'm kind of screwed, right? Anyways, here's my second attempt.
Ah, they despawned again. How do I get them not to despawn?
Once again, I ran too far away and they despawned. So I decided to try and challenge the destroyer. I died to him as well, and after fighting him again, we managed to defeat him. This is where I crafted myself a hallowed repeater, cleared out my entire arena, and once it turned to nighttime, I buffed up using every single buff in my inventory and fought the twins. We defeated the twins this time. It was super clutch, and the twins were actually the hardest boss out of all of these, which is a complete shift in the Terraria gameplay, as usually the twins are basically like the easiest ones as long as you have wings, right?
We take that one out. We took that one out. Sweet. Now we just focus on this one. This one should hypothetically be zero problem. I'm gonna be so hype. Yes! Yes! We did it! We did it! We freaking did it! Oh my god, you don't know how long that took me.
Anyways, now the jungle grows restless. Do you know what else grows restless? That is correct. My love for you when you subscribe to the channel. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see more amazing videos like this. I went over to mine chlorophyte, which was quite tragic. I tried to avoid every single mob because, you know, the hard mode jungle mobs are frankly brutal, so I had to keep very far away from those. I got myself a bunch of chlorophyte, and once I came back to spawn, we got invaded by another solar eclipse, and I got absolutely demolished. I used a gravitation potion to try to find myself a floating sky island, and once I found one, I activated the battle cry and summoned in a bunch of wyverns, right? They're called wyverns, not wyverns.
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
And once I had the souls of flight and the giant harpy feather, I crafted myself a pair of harpy wings. And this just allowed us to have greater mobility. So, you know, it doesn't take me years to travel everywhere. And after this, I crafted myself a full set of chlorophyte armor, made myself a chlorophyte repeater, and a bunch of chlorophyte arrows.
I don't even feel like I'm playing as like a Terraria character. I feel like I'm piloting some type of like excavation vehicle right now. Does it feel good? No. You know what? I really don't want to do this, so I will not do this. Say 25,000 likes and I do this with Calamity mod. 25,000 likes right here and I do this with Calamity. If this video does not get 25,000 likes, I'm not doing this again. I hate this. This is the worst challenge I've done. This is worse than Scratch Terraria.
Our next boss was Plantera, and I had no idea how we're going to defeat this boss. I tried to make a railway track, and I managed to railway myself into lava, so that was pretty fun. But once I recollected my brain cells, I decided to actually make a teleporter system that would go left and right, teleport me every 1 second, and I could just aim in the middle, trap Plantera within the middle, and deal damage to her from afar. This was the next cheesy strategy within my arsenal of cheese, so here is me and all of my frustrations of building that.
Let me get through the hole, you scum. I broke the timer. I don't know, bro. Seems legit to me.
Anyways, once that was done, I activated the teleporter, summoned in Plantera, and just proceeded to shoot spam in the middle with chlorophyte bullets. And you know, with them being bouncy, we managed to deal a lot of damage, and here is the little compilation of me beating Plantera using a steering wheel.
Oh, please be this easy, bro. Don't, no, stay away from me. Okay, nice. Stress.
Once Plantera had been defeated, our next boss was Golem. I cleared the entire temple of traps, or so I tried to do. I took a bunch of damage from this though, like the traps are horrendous as I tried to clear them, and I actually managed to die to them. But once all the traps were cleared, I just spammed my chlorophyte bow, thinking that was enough for Golem. And surely this was not even close to being enough, so I died. Who would have thought? This time, I tried to take out Golem again, and I actually built myself a tiny railcart track, and here's my compilation of beating Golem.
Easy.
This is where I moved on straight to Lunatic Cultist, and this boss wasn't too difficult either. I spammed him with the same weapons that I used to defeat Golem with, and the only thing that really bothered me was all the Phantasm Dragons that would come after me, as I did not have the time to find the correct Lunatic Cultist when it did his little ritual. We died countless times with the Lunatic Cultist, but of course, I was not going to give up that easily, and here is my little compilation of me defeating Lunatic Cultist.
Oh my god, there's so many projectiles coming my way. Are we actually going to defeat him? I'm going to be so surprised if we do. This is actually going to be the biggest clutch boss fight of all of them. We actually might defeat him. We're actually going to defeat him. We actually just defeated the Lunatic Cultist. Oh my god. Oh my god. How do we do that? How do we just do that?
We are now on to the pillars, and this was one of the most horrendous things I've ever had to do in my life. This just like, I could barely move. I was using the minecart to just go left and right, and I of course tried to take out the vortex pillar first because, you know, then we can craft the ranged weapons and it'd make everything so much easier. So after like a million times and after a million deaths, we finally managed to take out the vortex pillar, and once the vortex pillar was down, I crafted myself the vortex beater and went over to mine a bunch of chlorophyte so I can get myself more chlorophyte bullets.
We're gonna craft the vortex beater, and then I'm gonna craft a bunch of chlorophyte bullets, and then we'll be easily able to take out the Moonlord, because then I'll just have like homing ammo.
After I made myself the vortex beater, I went to go defeat the solar pillar. Once the solar pillar was down, I went over to defeat the nebula pillar, and we took out the stardust pillar. This is where my screen started shaking, and I quickly ran all the way back, used all of my buffs, and got onto my massive one-way rail ticket to Moonlord City. The most horrific thing was trying to dodge his laser, as frankly we could not, and using my steering wheel at the same time, I got confused and didn't know what was going on. Frankly, the chlorophyte bullets just helped me out a ton. I could just spam them in one direction and just run away from the Moonlord. Since I was faster than Moonlord, I was avoiding a lot of his damage, so we took out one arm, we took out the other arm, we took out his head, and here is the rest of what happened.
No, I don't want to die. No!
Yeah, we managed to die with him being almost defeated. So I decided to try again, and here is my compilation of me defeating Moonlord.
Oh! Mr. Moonlord, what color is your Bugatti? Yeah, I wonder why I can't aim. Heal, 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 heal! We're gonna do it! We're gonna do it! We're gonna do it!
This video took a ton of time to make and it was super painful, so if you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be awesome. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, of course. Follow me on my socials. Consider checking out another video like this on screen. This has been Boio. Peace out.